Hello, everyone. Welcome to the post game of the AFC and NFC championship games. This is playoff football preview with Joe and Mike. I am Mike.
And I'm Joe.
Joe, so we just witnessed two interesting championship games.
Man.
The first one we got to go with, they shocked the world.
Cincinnati. Yeah.
You said it. I didn't. But deep down inside, I wanted them to win. But let me say this: the first quarter, and for the most part of the second quarter, the Chiefs were just steamrolling the Bengals.
Yep.
I feel that the ending of the second quarter, when the Bengals made that stop at the goal line, I said to myself, okay, if this doesn't inspire the Bengals to make a comeback, then I don't know what will be. So today I was in my best.
Right.
I woke up with a bit of a sore throat. So after when it went to halftime, I said, let me take a 50-minute nap. And when I woke up from the nap, I see that it's 21-21 at the end of the quarter.
Yeah.
That's myself. I woke up at the right time.
Yeah. Tied up.
And I just caught up with everything of how everything happened.
Yep.
And I was shocked that the Kansas City offense just completely shut down in the second half. And I don't want to sound crazy when I say this, but in the Chiefs' last possession in the fourth quarter, it did not look like the Patrick Mahomes that we're accustomed of knowing.
Right.
It's like I'm looking at the game, and I don't want to sound crazy, but I was thinking to myself, is this game fixed or something? Because how the Chiefs went from playing lights out in the first and second quarter, and then the second half is just like, and I don't see no frustration at all in their faces either.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What's your take on that?
Well, I thought it was, I'll tell you what, there was some good games today for sure. I enjoy watching both games, but when it comes down to it, to me, like, I think that, the league is getting a little too not enough risk averse. Okay. They're too used to taking risks. And so every coach, every head coach out there is trying to, I know it's a championship game, you're trying to win, but you're up by a sizable lead. You got 5 seconds on the final play. Average plays takes 5-6 seconds. So you've probably, unless you just barely snap that ball and throw it, just boom, you've got one play and that's it. And so and I said it when it happened, I'm like, you got one play, you should take those 3 points, right? I mean, simple as that. You should take those 3 points. You got one play. There's no way that you can put it all on the line and hope that the odds are going to get you there. So to me, it's like common sense. You got these statistics and everybody saying that, and I have a degree in economics, but still you have to use your common sense, right? You can't let everything override common sense. And I feel like that there was a no-brainer to go for 3 points right there. Instead, they went against what I call common sense, and they decided to go for the points. They were already way up, right? All they had to do was just cushion, add to that cushion, make sure that they add to that cushion. Instead, they went and into halftime with all of the Bengals go in. They're like, okay, we're already down. Like we're already down 18 points at this part of the game. What do we got to lose by going out there and just putting it all on the line and trying to come back? And football's a game of momentum. And so they come back out there and they start pushing. And what happens next thing you know is 21-21. And they only won the game, winning overtime 24-24. It never would have been the case had they just got that extra 3 points right before halftime. Just a simple quick kick the ball, get 3 points, go in, see how it goes. But, as I said, football is a game of momentum. It's a game of inches. It's a game of, single points. Like 1 point can win a game. And so, acting like you got to get a score every time. Go for it on fourth down instead of kicking a field goal. Those types of things are becoming more and more into the game, like as a normal, and yet they're losing, people are losing games by them, constantly. So you win by the risk and you die by risk. So I felt like the smarter team won today. I think when today's league, you have there's good players everywhere, right? It's spread around. The worst player can beat the worst team can beat the best team on any day. So usually it's the team that makes the least mistakes that's going to come out ahead. And I felt like today, that was the Bengals.
Right. But unbelievable how this Cinderella story, this improbable team, improbable ride that the Bengals are going through. We thought that, okay, with the Raiders, all right, down nail biter, they escaped. The Tennessee Titans #1 seed, they escaped. And now the real test came with a team that has been there, they won a title, and they escaped once again.
Yep.
So it's amazing to see this. And Joe Burrow is, and I learned something new, that supposedly Joe Burrow is the first quarterback on his second season in the league to take a team to a Super Bowl, something that's never been done before. So, but what I love about Joe Burrow is that his demeanor, there's something got to be said about his demeanor. He treats these games like if he's been a veteran for 10 years in the league. He is so calm and poised because they know that the job is not done yet. They still got one more win to go. And now with the conclusion of the 49ers and Rams, the task has gotten even more tougher for the Cincinnati Bengals. And now they have an opportunity to showcase to the world that, why not us? Yep. Why not now? So, yep. So the aftermath of the 49ers and Rams, what you got to say about that?
Yeah. Sorry, just real quick to touch on your point about Patrick Mahomes and what happened there at the end. I will say that, I've watched Patrick Mahomes. I really like him a lot, and he's a great player. But I noticed last year against Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, when everything was on the line, like he's calm and cool as long as like there's always tomorrow. Okay, we can win tomorrow, and so he has a way of hanging in there. But when it's all really down and the chips are down, and he's got to come up with plays, he starts his head gets scrambled. And so at the end of the Super Bowl last year, at the end of this game this year, wasn't like the Bills game. This one, they had him rattled. And I've seen him rattle before. And I think that in big games and big moments, sometimes if it's not going his way, he can get rattled. Moving on to but that was just I wanted to comment on that. So moving on to the 49ers and the Rams. I felt like also, a very good game. The 49ers, that were kind of the out, the long shot, right? They were the long shot this year, I think, besides the Eagles, and the Eagles had no shot, but they were a no shot, and the 49ers were the long shot. So the long shot, fought all the way up into the end, and I give them credit for that. I want to see what, where Jimmy Garoppolo goes next year. I'm curious to see, how that plays out. But I'm happy to see the Rams go again. Matt Stafford, I think, deserves, a Super Bowl shot at a Super Bowl ring. So I'm happy to see him compete for that. And I liked the fight that the 49ers had in them today. I like that they fought, almost the whole way. I didn't expect them to get as far as they did. So, I give them credit for that. But I expected the Rams to win. They did win. Wasn't completely one-sided or anything like that. Like I said, the 49ers gave them a fight. But once again, I do think the smarter, better team won there today as well.
All right, fair enough. I will say that, and I'm a guy that, as you know, I picked the 49ers to win this game. So after I saw the Bengals winning, I rooted for the 49ers even more. And it's just, I mean, you might have a different opinion on this, but in my 23 years now of watching football, I have never seen a postseason like this one in my lifetime.
Yeah, I agree.
Where if someone were to tell me earlier this month or last month, the Rodgers, Mahomes, that none of them were going to the Super Bowl, I'll be like, you're crazy. Like, no. But everything has been so unexpected. And I'm a guy that I love seeing unpredictability in the
Right.
post. So I was thinking like, okay, the way things are going, let's see if the 49ers are able to get out of Los Angeles once again and move on to a Super Bowl. And then the fact that, this could be Jimmy Garoppolo's last season with the 49ers, it will be much more motivation to win it for him or to go to Super Bowl for him.
Yep.
But I feel that the missed interception that should have been caught by Tarp, I think that's his last name.
Yeah.
That was the momentum shift in the fourth quarter because the Rams went on and they scored a field goal to tie the game. Yep. And then the 49ers offense just imploded after that. Horrible possession. They weren't as aggressive. It seemed like, I don't know what happened. It seemed like the moment got too big for them, but it was just horrendous, abysmal offensive possession in both times that they got the ball. So, but, give the Rams a lot of credit. They stepped up big time when they needed to the most. And I just feel that with the Super Bowl being in Los Angeles, the way this team was constructed, Matthew Stafford being the veteran that he is, Odell Beckham, Von Miller, Aaron Donald, etc. I just feel that is imperial for them to win it all. Everything is just going right for them. And if you could be Brady in the postseason, no matter if he's young or old, that says a lot about your team and how far you should go in the postseason. So and now it's the Bengals versus Rams.
Yep.
We're not gonna give our picks yet because Cincinnati, they just gotta come even more prepared.
Yep.
Because what happened today in the first half, they cannot allow that, and you can't allow that in the Super Bowl, especially at the Rams team.
Yep. Yeah, I have to agree as far as like this being a crazy off season, postseason rather. Going into the postseason, it was the first time we were ever only going to have one team from each side represent their conference in getting a bye week. So the number one seed is the only one that gets a bye week, and in the first week that they play, they're both out. Both of the number one seeds lost their first game that they played in the postseason, which is, what are the odds of this happening? Also, 2 years in a row, there'll be a home team represented in the Super Bowl. Last year, Tampa Bay was represented at home. This year, Los Angeles will be represented at home in the Super Bowl. If it turns out the same way, we don't know yet. But that I think it is interesting, and that's an incredible coincidence. 2 years in a row for the home team to be represented in the Super Bowl. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's very crazy because we know how hard it is to get to the Super Bowl, but the fact that we have the team playing actually at their hometown, the Super Bowl, that's something that is very rare to see. So now we're in our
2 years in a row.
We're crazy.
Yeah.
And the Rams have a shot. They have a shot to what the last year. But for everyone out there, before we wrap this up, we just got to say that even though next week is Pro Bowl weekend, we won't touch on Pro Bowl, but we will touch on Tom Brady's quote unquote retirement, on Big Ben's retirement as well. So stay tuned because Joe and I, we're going to be talking about that and their legacy and what they left in the football field.
Awesome. Can't wait.
Thanks,
Mike.
No problem, man. Take care. Have a good night.